Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name's Andy, Corporate Commander TFW, and I'm joined here by the Minister himself. It's Mikey G. Wolf V3. Hello, Mikey.
Andy, welcome to the wonderful world of anime hot takes, now for the next 2 weeks dominated entirely by Evangelion.
Yay! Our favourite.
I want to die.
I wanted to ask you before the show, but I'll do it now. I saw you on Twitter, under the Moonbase 2 name, of course, talking about you want drama for us?
Oh no, I don't remember what it was, but something made me go like, look at all this internet drama nonsense.
Okay.
And then I was just like, I know what I'll do. Which was, I did get some reactions I wasn't expecting, which was some very sincere and kind responses of, we like you guys the way you are.
That's what I said, I thought, because I was looking at the responses, looking at what you posted, and was just like, what are you doing, Mikey? And I was like, oh, it's fine, I don't care, he's got it covered.
I was just like, for reference, I don't want real drama, because I think real internet drama is fake nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, people are like, you know, the fact that YouTube is now kind of developing an entire, very large, very productive, toxic culture of fake drama that makes money.
It's been like that for a while, Mikey.
I know, but I know. I'm just trying to put some sort of positive spin on it.
No.
So I was just, you know me, I say wacky things, and then people started saying lovely, kind, generous, nice things, and I was just like, oh God. Oh God, that wasn't how it's supposed to go. But so thank you all. You're lovely. You're so kind. I'm fine without drama. Although if you'd like to give us some, we can fake up. I'm happy to.
The worry is the only drama we'd get are people going, we don't get what you're talking about. Evangelion's amazing, and they're screaming, rate them forever.
Oh dear. But well, now we've got a new one. We were just like, so Pacific Rim is Evangelion done right?
Yeah.
Which I was shocked to see is not like, Jai voiced this to me today, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm having an out-of-body experience. And then I realized that there's loads of people doing this at the moment.
Well, the Pacific Rim thing specifically.
Yeah, like
Really?
there's so many pictures up of like reaction shots to people saying Evangelion isn't as good as Pacific Rim, or Pacific Rim did it better, and it's all sad people crying, and it's just like, oh my God.
Good.
So Evangelion, it's on Netflix, by the way, if you want to watch it. There's been some controversy about the dub, although from what I can see, the controversy is partly because the scripting company was ordered because of Japanese rights to be far more literal and with the translation.
Yeah, because the guys who did it originally took things and changed the meaning a little bit.
Which is common enough. But which means that everyone getting, like I have seen this, people getting really mad about the explicit homosexual subtext of Kaoru.
Yeah, which in the actual Japanese translation wasn't like outright, I love you. It was like, I like you.
It's specifically an ambiguous term of affection, which could be read either way, because he's not human. He doesn't see the world quite like you do.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So
you can interpret it as, like, you could even translate it as I love you, but it would be more like you'd say it to your dog.
He says
you don't
ski,
literally want to.
He doesn't say daisuki. He says ski.
It's not even that. It's aishiteru is
right.
That's love. That is like you say to someone who you're married to, that aishiteru, and it's like that's love. But usually, like, high school kids are people who are a bit more. It's less expressive. It's less like in your face about it. It's a bit more considerate in a way. So it is like daisuki, which is I like you a lot, but it still can be taken in a romantic sense. And I think he just says ski, which is like I say,
which could be the like teenage drama thing about I like them.
Yeah,
but it might just be like I like you. I'll kill you last.
Yeah, I think you can easily take that as again, because like you said, Kaoru's an angel, so his concept of what love even is a bit of a weird thing. Yeah. Like, who knows what that even means to it?
Well, we certainly don't, because it's not examined. in
No.
the fucking show.
No.
What it means to be an angel, what they even fucking really are,
Yeah.
where they fucking come from, beyond the fucking bare I'm fine.
You don't need to worry about it.
I have spent many years worrying about it. But yeah, so it's just interesting for me that they are reacting, that the source of the drama is not the translation besmirching the original Japanese intent, which is so common in the anime community. It's that people are kind of sort of mad that the original Japanese intent is being held to.
Yeah. I think it's because people wanted the original dub more so than they want the accurate translation.
That's not a dub that aged well.
And at least it's not like Dragon Maids. Did you hear about the dub for that?
I've never seen a dub.
Apparently they force in a lot of political stuff into Dragon Maids for no particular reason. Apparently, I haven't heard it because I'm always subs over dubs, but yeah.
But that show is like the least... That's not even apolitical. That doesn't know what the word political means.
I would say, don't take my word for it. Definitely look it up, but I'm
There's
pretty
an
sure
LGBT positive show.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there are some political messages in there that people say that were not in the Japanese script. But again, like I say, go and check that out just to make sure, because I've getting this. This is from my own mind from remembering what people have said. So
this is why the dub versus sub thing for me is always kind of a no-runner, because I want to know what the show is, not what some guy interprets the show or wants the show to be later on.
Yeah, Jason.
Yeah, Jason. That's a bit of my, ever since I saw the Full Metal Alchemist dub and realized they changed some of the relationships around.
First one, a Brotherhood.
The first one.
Okay.
It's annoyed me.
Yeah.
Because I was like, but that's not what this series was saying. Like, this isn't for kids. Why are you changing the meaning of these key scenes?
Are you talking about? Oh, yeah, because they did that obviously with Sailor Moon as well. It's like, oh no, they're not.
Oh well, Viz Media's in the doghouse at the moment.
Are they? Okay, for what?
Yeah, they. So I was at a wedding this week where I got harangued for my lack of Sailor Moon knowledge. I was just like, where the person. Oh, I felt really guilty afterwards, and I had to say, I barely read your response originally.
Oh,
because I don't really have an interest in Sailor Moon.
It's
not violent enough. No, it's not there. It's not twisted enough for me. Let's be honest.
Are you saying you'd be more interested in Sailor Moon if Urabachi wrote it?
Urabachi's Sailor Moon. By the power of the moon, and then the moon like lands on them.
Oh, jeez.
She used too much power. And apparently they did like a character chart or something recently.
Okay.
And there were these two characters who came in.
Sorry, do you mean like an animation one to show like the heights of them, or just
like a like relationships and stuff like that?
Oh, okay, fair enough.
And they're apparently later on in the show. Now I knew there was lesbian, at least subtext in the original version of the season I saw on like Fox Kids.
Was it subtext or was it just like hard out and out? I
don't know, but apparently there are two actual like out and out lesbians who were never made it into the 4Kids dub.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was. It was Saban, wasn't it? And they were they never dubbed far enough into the show to bring them in. So Viz Media recently released a character thing, and they have a big line saying friendship between the two characters. I'm just like, is it?
Is it really?
Is it really? 'Cause they're very friendly by the sounds of things.
Intimately friendly.
He means sexual. So yeah,
Mikey, it's not a relationship. They're just fuck buddies.
Oh, well that is possible.
There's no love there.
That's something I want to see in an anime. Just like, oh, we don't like each other.
Oh, we have a lot of sex though, but we hate each other.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, so I've never seen the reaction being, I like the changes of the dub more, and people being outraged by that. But people are like outraged about a billion things about that dub. People are not happy.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it because if the day I sit down and rewatch Evangelion willingly again without cause, no.
I hear the subtitles have some problems as well. Like some of the subtitles in some of the episodes are a bit off. But
Netflix is infamous for that.
Is it?
Yeah. Like Netflix's subs are not exactly 100%.
Okay, I didn't know that. But there you go. Yeah. We're here to talk about Transformers this week, Mikey.
I'm here to cause drama.
Well,
Lovely, sweet drama.
we can drink from that grail later on in the show, Mr. Michael, when we get to that off-topic stuff. But we're going to kick off this week with some third-party stuff with FansHobby, not confused with Fans Toys. But FansHobby have updated their project via their Facebook account on their Thunderclash figure. Powermaster.
Thunderclash is on.
It's a remold of their figure, their Powermaster figure, which was the MB-06, which was a Powermaster Optimus Prime. I don't think this one's been given a silly name yet. Yes, I said a silly name.
Thunderclash.
He coming. So it is a retool, remold, rejiggering about of that figure into good old Thunderclash. It doesn't look like it's IDW specific or G1 specific.
No.
Is their take on it, obviously via the medium of being made from the Optimus Prime figure.
Yeah, I'm going to be interested in this one because presumably he has a little man.
What do you mean, a little man?
Well, he's a Powermaster.
Oh, technically. Well, I don't think he'll have a little.
Well, he'd have
robot
to have a
with
little
him.
man because that truck. What's that truck, Andy?
Oh, I thought you meant the actual Powermaster.
Well, I don't know. If
See, I don't think they won't have that, but yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I think it will have a smaller mode. I think I've seen images of the smaller robot using the armor as a battle platform on Twitter, but I'm not going to find that for you, Mikey. Do you know why?
You're a lazy bitch.
Well, I was going to use the term because Twitter is the worst to find anything on.
Oh, it's so bad.
If as soon as it goes past a day, it's lost to time.
Yep.
It's lost to time, so yeah, I would love to try and find you those images, but no, Mikey.
They lie somewhere beyond the veil.
Oh, they might be actually on the forum here, because I've got don't be that guy. If you scroll down on the forum bit, they do have an image of the, what's it called mode? The vehicle mode, which looked okay.
The what's it called mode?
You heard. What's it called mode? What's it called? It's a vehicle. What's it called mode? Open the other one. Vehicle. Okay, so it's just shots of the vehicle mode. Mode. Well, what are your thoughts on this, Mr. Mikey, from what we have seen so far of this figure? Does it tickle your pickle?
It looks okay. It looks... I mean, I honestly... Maybe it's just because it's a great prototype, but I wouldn't have gone, that's a Powermaster straight away. Mm-hmm. So I think it'll probably work out fairly well. I mean, Thunderclash's color scheme is not one that excites me on any real level.
Oh, really? Oh, I think it's... I found the image.
Yeah.
Shut up, Mikey. Shut up, for God's sake, Mikey. I found the image. There it is.
So I'm kind of like, cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to see this guy painted up. I want to see full gimmickless, because if he does come with a little... if he does... Yeah, he does come with little tiny man who... That seems more like he's... that walks than anything else.
It does look like a walking battle platform, yeah.
But I think there's potential here, and from what I hear, that FansHobby mold is real damn good.
I remember us not liking the visuals of that FansHobby mold. I think neither of us were keen on that design. I think it works better, seemingly works better from these images here as Thunderclash. But I'm not 100% sold on it. Maybe it's just aesthetic-wise more than anything else. I do approve of more Thunderclashes, and unlike you, I do kind of like the color scheme because it's kind of 90s mess. And a good old 90s mess is usually okay in my book. But once we see it painted up, it'll be interesting to re-examine this little guy. If it has no translucent pink plastic, it's fucking failed, and there's no point in getting the figure. I'm saying that now. And I'm not entirely joking there either, because that was a big highlight point of those the Turbo Masters, like translucent, bright, hot, sexy pink. Not there. What are you doing? What are you doing, Mikey?
I don't know. I'm not designing it.
What are you doing? Fix it.
I'm not designing it. That's what I'm doing.
Fix it. God damn it.
No.
Mikey. God,
fix it yourself.
God fucking damn it. You disappoint me. Your dad.
What?
You heard. You're
What?
older than me. Mikey, do you want to take us on to the next story?
What?
Yeah.
Transform Element have revealed TE02 Bumblebee. This is a Volkswagen prototype. This is, of course, the Bumblebee from the good Transformers movie. So this is him. It's very movie accurate. It's very little information in this as well, which is why I kind of blitzed through that. So we get a lot of shots of him in his robot mode. We get some CAD model images of the vehicle mode. It's a Beetle.
Yes.
The robot mode looks probably, I would say, one of the more compromised, because it looks like it's going for a much more simple transformation than a lot of other third-party movie toys. So his chest ends up quite blocky, which it's up to you whether or not that bothers you. It doesn't bother me. I think it looks like a slightly dumpy version overall.
Yeah, I was going to say he looks like a little fat boy.
He does look like a little fat boy, but I'm kind. But he looks like they're doing what they can for the accuracy. The articulation looks like it's there. I really want to see this guy painted up because obviously when it comes to accurate Bumblebee toys, you're kind of limited. And the best ones are the most expensive. So if this guy is under the $100 range, he might be a nice alternative to the 3A piece.
Are you thinking he's deluxe scale just because of the kind of chunk he's carrying around? Because I can't believe he's Voyager.
That sort of weird third-party range of not a Voyager, not a deluxe.
Like the mid-range, yeah, maybe, because of the chunk on it, and the way that things seem to fold up, but still, like on the back of his calves and stuff, it's just like folded up roof parts. I would hope that that's because it is like not a massively big figure.
Yeah.
That would probably explain things. He's kind of cute in a dumpy way, though.
Yeah.
I kind of want him to come with a big lollipop. Shall we move on, Mr. Mikey?
Please do.
Right, then let me tell you, Mikey, about the cool and I know for the future, very annoying bit of news. I'll explain why this is annoying in the future, but once I get to this. So,
time is linear.
Perhaps. Beast Wars Masterpiece 48 Lio Convoy we talked about last week was revealed, and we found out this week that it was to include the Beast Wars 2 Artemis figure, which I kind of joked about. I jokingly said Moon, and you mentioned Artemis, and it's like, oh hey, well, it's happening. So she's coming with her hammer. So if you have the Moon figure from all those years ago, you can have her beating the shit out of it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Good times. It will be an extra accessory, but it seems to be a fully posable figure. It doesn't look like it's going to be as terrible as, say, the Spike is, or those kind of ones, which kind of look a little bit like a small nightmare. It doesn't really suggest how big it's going to be, though, does it?
It depends how, like, the full image makes her look kind of small, but it depends on whether or not you think it's in scale with the Lio Convoy, and to be honest, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I don't think I think it's going to be bigger than the Spike, but I'm not sure if it's going to be a lot bigger.
I mean, it looks a lot more detailed.
It does. I'd a guess maybe. I don't think it'd even be 3.25 inches like G.I. Joe scale. That might be too big. I don't know. But the reason why I mentioned that this could be a problem in the future is it's going to obviously bump up the price on said figure. Do we know the price on the figure?
So there was a thing on TFW where people were going, it's going to be $240.
$240 or 240,000 yen?
Dollars.
Okay.
So I was looking and I couldn't find a source for that.
Right.
All right? So I did a bit of a search there, right? So Hobby Shack on Facebook have pre-orders. They're taking pre-orders, but they're saying price is to be determined.
Okay.
Whereas, what was it? I think it's Collection Toys. I'll double check that now. Collection Toys, yeah. They have pre-orders up for $150.
Right.
So given that this doesn't look like the most complicated toy that ever lived, and everything else, I would suspect this is probably more in the 150 range than the 250.
See, I would say it's probably edging up closer towards the Megatron and Dinobot prices purely on the basis that they can bump it up because of the Artemis figure. That's my worry, but
doesn't look nearly enough complicated to add that much to the price.
It's true, but it doesn't mean they can't justify it by doing so. It is completely a guess, and I've got nothing to go by it, but I think it is going to significantly increase the price of the figure. So he's not going to be closer to the Optimus Primal figure. He's going to be closer to the kind of standard that we're setting now for Masterpiece figures.
Yeah, but for me, I'm like, the thing is, Lio Convoy doesn't have a lot of accessories. That's the thing.
It's true.
So you do save money on that part side of things. So maybe she can be a bit more complicated than Spike because there is less coming with the figure.
I think also with the Spike, that's just to do with scale at that point as well.
Well, yes, and it's Spike, and no one cares.
I would be like, in your mind, if you're someone who wants to buy this figure, be prepared to save up for Megatron-esque prices, and if it's not Megatron-esque prices, you've won. If you save up for the 150 and then you find out it's a lot more, then you're going to be a lot more disappointed than put upon later on. So that's why I would say just go in with caution, because it could easily become one of those things where as soon as we see the actual price, we're going to get a lot more people complaining about the Artemis figure.
And
which
Lio.
is what I think. And Lio, yeah, in general. Yeah, because they'll say he's less detailed, he doesn't have a good animal mode, and then he has this stupid little anime girl who no one cares about. I imagine arguments like that will probably be made. And I'll just be sitting here going, oh, come on, guys.
No joy.
Yeah. I am. What do you think of the Artemis, though, from what we've seen? Granted, it is not the best picture because it is just from a scan. So.
It's not in scale with the Moon figure, and it's probably not in scale with Moon, and that's it. But I think this is neat. I think it looks like, if it is small, that's really well done. It looks pretty accurate. Comes with the band hammer. I like it. I did, of course, make the foolish move of going into the forums, as I said.
Oh, yes, you're a brave man.
And apparently people want Lio Convoy to have more faces instead of her.
By faces, do they mean for the animal?
They just said faces, so...
It'd have to be for the lion.
I hope so, or else people don't know what Lio Convoy is. But then again, maybe. Also, I have to admit there was some really tedious stuff about... Which I'm assuming are people who have either never seen Beast Wars, never seen anime, and never seen Kiss Players, but knows it exists.
Okay.
Because it's just like, oh, this looks real down to Kiss Player's line of inspiration.
No. Oh my god, no.
Even on the same dirt track.
Oh my god, no. If you wanted to say Ty from RID, at least you'd be closer to the ballpark there.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be in the stadium, but you'd be at least in the parking lot.
You know, yeah. They'd be looking to buy tickets for the game.
Yeah.
Just like, Jesus Christ on a bike, why would you ever say that? How... No.
You have to believe that these people are innocent to the idea that they are lucky enough not to know Kiss Players, only heard about it.
Yeah, no, I think we've actually passed into that generation.
To people who've heard about it but don't actually know about it.
Yeah.
Then they are lucky. Then praise be to them for their ignorance.
It was such a big thing when we were like mid-aughts.
Yeah.
And it was such like, Jesus, this exists. This exists. And then Rosanna showed up and we were all happy. But
she was the only thing the best thing that came out of that stuff. That little 3-pack, which I got, is great.
That's a great little 3-pack.
The song that they have is great as well. I really like that stupid little J-pop song.
But no, she looks good. And I love her color scheme. I really like Artemis' design. It really pops.
Yeah, it's very anime kind of poppy colors, which is quite nice. I'll be interested to see if they do anything with her. Like, is she going to have, like, anything? Or is it just going to be the hammer? Like, more information on this and, like, an accessory pack set photo for Lio Convoy is going to be interesting to see in the future. Just see. It's going to be, like, a little weird if she doesn't come with a little moon, in a way.
It would be nice, like, even just a little static one.
That's what I mean, yeah. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, because there is the toy moon figure, but it would be nice to have, like, here's Artemis, here's the little moon, there you go, you've got Lio Convoy, you've got basically the full set there.
Yeah, but Lio Jr., he's a bad father.
We don't need Lio Jr. We don't need Lio Jr.
That's what his dad said.
Mikey, do you want to take us on to the next two bits of news as they're Comic-Con San Diego related?
Yeah, so San Diego Comic-Con has some images up of some Hague's exclusives. First off, probably the big one in most people's eyes, because most people are wrong. We have the Boat Buster.
The what?
Boat Busters. The Ghostbusters MP10G Optimus Prime Ecto 35 edition. So this is the MP10, the mold that will not die. I think that actually works in this context.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
It is in the afterlife. It will not die. Done up in Ecto 1 colors with a Slimer and roller with some additional parts to turn him into a ghost trap. I think the truck mode looks kind of amazing. I could do without the splash effect of ectoplasm, but I think overall it's a really nice color scheme. I would love to see the Ghostbusters with a truck, because it just works visually. I love the idea of turning Roller into a trap. I'm not so into having another Slimer, but you know, the robot mode doesn't work as well for me.
Okay, why is that?
It lacks pop. I think in some ways it's the fact he's just white with a grey head. Like most of the colors, bar the chest, the little red highlights, are very dead, which obviously, like I'm saying, but I think maybe the color placement could have been better, or maybe use more white on his legs.
Right.
So I'm kind of like the Ectotron figure. I'm really into how well the vehicle mode turned out. I'm just not so much into the figure, but I do kind of like the t-shirt, or the box this thing's come with. T-shirt, the box this thing's come with, which you could wear as a proton pack.
It's quite cute.
It is very cute. Andy, what's your thoughts on Ghost Prime Buster?
I'm surprised about how well it's turned out. I think it would have been nice if it had a unique head to pull it further away from being just Optimus Prime. I really like the vehicle mode, like you. I think that works fantastically well. I don't mind the robot mode. I think the colors on it are fairly nice. I'm just kind of tired of seeing more Optimus Primes, I think. Especially MP10s specifically.
He won't die, Andy. He's not going anywhere.
Not for a long time. I wonder if they're going to ride the MP 3.0 when he comes out as hard as they've ridden the 2.0. Or will the 2.0 never die and just be ridden all the time anyway?
I mean, to be fair, it's probably cheaper to produce 4 weird exclusives.
Yeah, probably. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not something that I would go out of my way to buy, but it is it's quite neat. It's not the rock and roll Transformers set from however many years ago.
Nothing is, Andy. You're setting an unrealistic standard.
But it did happen, so we need to keep to that standard if we can. That should be the goal that you should attain every time. The fact
you got a free one of those. I've never wanted to hurt a man because he got toys, because the guy works his ass off. But my God, I was looking at him opening that and going like, oh, and I was just like, I hate you. I hate everything about you. I hate your stupid face.
God damn, Mikey.
I want those so bad still, years later, because they're so fucking dumb.
Have they gone up in price? They probably have, right?
Andy, you would probably be cheaper to buy.
Woo! I definitely would be. I definitely would be. Anything else there, Mikey? Or do you want to tell us about the other San Diego stuff?
Just a quick thing. The price here is $150.
That's not terrible. That's kind of about what you would expect to price for this mold anyway, I guess.
Yeah. Well, probably not anymore, but once you get factor in the trailer, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
We also have officially licensed San Diego Comic-Con 2019 Han Cholo jewelry exclusive. Now, these guys have done Transformers jewelry before. It's Han Cholo, because, nerds. So they are doing a Transformers 35th anniversary pin here to celebrate 35 years of Autobots and Decepticons clashing and fighting for Cybertron from the 80s till now. We present to you the Transformers 35th anniversary pin. This 3D pin features your favorite Autobot, Optimus Prime. You're making a lot of assumptions there. In gold with silver detail and the 35 below to commemorate the year. Be sure to get yours this year at SDCC. The Han Cholo Grimlock Pendant. Me Grimlock, me King. Ooh. The Dinobots are invading SDCC 2019, and we are proud to reveal the Grimlock Pendant for all the die-hard fans of Decepticons and Autobots alike, because the Dinobots killed them. Mm-hmm. Be sure to stop by this year to pick yours up and save Cybertron. Finally, the Han Cholo Soundwave cassette player ring. One of the most... This is weird. One of the most popular Decepticons is invading SDCC in a whole new way, introducing the Soundwave cassette ring. All the look, detail, and overall epic design of the Soundwave pendant wrapped up in this ring that will now fit in your finger, so you can tell people, yes, this is an awkward box in my hand. This can be yours. We don't have a price, but I'm still called, like, the pendants I get.
Uh-huh.
The ring that looks like it should be used as some sort of knuckle duster.
Yeah, I was thinking that looks like it would hurt if you punched somebody with that. Can you imagine the indent you'd leave on their face as well with it?
God.
Yeah, they'd know.
It'd be like Home Alone 2 or something.
Oh, I was thinking more like Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Laces out.
Laces out. But Andy,
Mikey,
that's not the only San Diego Comic-Con exclusives.
No, I noticed that there's some BotBots. Is that right?
Yes, there is. So there is the BotBots Con Crew, a 10-pack with official images.
Oh.
So this is going to be available at Comic-Con for $35.
Wow.
And it will represent the new Con Crew with 3 specialty teams. The celebrity-obsessed meet and greets with Scribblezilla, Bodarazzi, and Inky Inkerson. The energizing fantastic fuelers with Optimus Prime, Cabonate, Hal Apino, and Y something fish. And the Line League, experts in surviving the many long Comic-Con lines with Captain Cartridge, Vigilante, Vigitente, and Compactor.
Yeah.
There's a bit more detail in there, but I will not read that out. You can get a 10-pack, and there's also the Arcade Renegades 16-pack figures with a mystery 2-in-1. Whoa.
So are these unique molds only for the show, do you know? Or are these just unique color schemes for these molds?
I'm not familiar enough with BotBots.
Because I haven't seen any of these molds.
I think I recognize the can.
Okay.
And the camera. The backpack... I don't even know what he is, McDonald's. And the coffee, definitely I don't recognize. The fact that one of these is just Optimus Prime is weird to me, given the nature of BotBots.
Given the fact that it's a con exclusive, though, that to me, that one makes the most sense. Because it's like, an exclusive one, it's Optimus Prime, you know? That seems like the lazy thing that someone would do for a con exclusive, you know? So that one, to me, it does. I mean, for the context of what BotBots are, yeah, you're right, it didn't make any fucking sense. But for a con, okay, yeah, whatever.
What about the one that's what appears to be some sort of ice cream Galactus?
Is that that one, yeah, the one that has, like, bat ears. That's a weird one. What is it? What's he turn into?
Do we have a picture of his alt mode?
I didn't see one. No.
But I'd like to point out he looks like fucking Galactus.
He looks a bit mad, yeah.
Yeah, just like, give me your planets!
I wonder if the quality on these later ones have been improved from the first set, because I played with like some series oneers, I suppose, at Mr. Gruff's wedding, and I was not impressed at all.
It's one of those things where we love the idea, and maybe that's enough.
Yeah, every parts were either too tight or too loose, and things became awkward trying to just transform them. Yeah. Maybe these are better though. Maybe I'm just being a dick.
Maybe you are. Maybe you're an asshole.
It's true.
Andy,
Mikey.
There's 2 other stories. Might as well do them both because they're both short.
All right, Mr. Mikey. Like you say, why not? I'll take on these last 2 stories. So. The first one is comic news, as we have information of a new IDW ongoing Transformers series called Transformers Galaxies, which is due to debut in September. written apparently by or done by a guy from Vox Media, the writer and founder of the thing, whatever that guy's name was, which I wasn't able to find. But apparently he's going to be doing something Transformers related, and it's going to be this comic, and it seems to be based around, at least this one, about humanizing the Constructicons, which is an interesting idea, especially since we've had a very, I guess, inhuman look at these guys previously, and nothing made them very redeemable as robots. Would you agree with that?
No one was really sad when they died.
No, for good reason, because they were terrible, terrible robot people.
Their best friend was Prowl for a while. What does that tell you?
Yeah, and their substitute leader was Scoop.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the idea of this, Mikey? Because I assume if it's an ongoing, Galaxies is not going to just have the Constructicons for the entirety. Oh, also the artist will be Livio Ramondelli as well.
Interesting. Oh, another old hat.
Not for me, not one that I'm personally a fan of, but nice to see he's still continuing Transformers work. That's always good.
He just sat there drawing and they said, please leave. And he's like, nope.
I'm Livio. I live here now.
Livio, don't leave. I'm interested in this one. A lot of people saying they were expecting it to be like Spotlights. It sounds more to me like the Turtle Side stories and how they work with multi-part stories.
Oh, okay. So it's like a Spotlight just spread over multiple issues.
Yeah, it gives them a bit more freedom if they're following the Turtle model. They're not linked into anything. I think there's potential here, certainly. I think it's good to have something exploring the aspects of the world we haven't seen. I think it's good to have another writer in, just for a bit of variety. Let's see how someone else plays in this universe. Constructicons, I think, were a very interesting place to start and quite a bit risky. Because that's a lot to take on. That's 6 characters. And in this format, people will expect them to be 6 characters.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I loved the IDW Constructicons beforehand, but they were narratively even. It was even something they made it a point because of the combining process. They were one guy. They all were just kind of the same person. With very little variance in them, and that was the point in the end. That combining is destroying their individuality.
Yeah, but especially because they were early combiners as well, I suppose, right?
Yeah, so I think it would be really interesting if we get a look into the individual mindsets and what direction we're going with these guys. Are they lawful evil or completely out of control or what, you know?
Yeah, because it's a new universe, so they can kind of do whatever they want with them, I suppose, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
As long as it's written well, that's the main thing.
That is the important thing.
The writer is Tyler Blazinski, who was a co-founder, apparently, of Vox Media.
I'm still trying to get my head around that.
It is weird. It's a weird choice, as I don't think Mr. Blazinski has done any writing stuff before.
I couldn't find anything.
Yeah, so...
Like, this could be an interesting debut.
It could be terrible, or it might be really good, or it might just be very middling of the road. Yeah, it literally could go anywhere, I suppose. It'd be interesting to see how it goes. I hope it goes well, I suppose. I'd like to read some good Transformer comics at the end of the day, no matter who writes them. That's what I'm always hoping for.
I will say there is one thing about this I find kind of weird.
Explain.
So, like everything else at the moment, these guys are toy-based.
Yes.
The toys they're based off are the Combiner War toys.
Yes.
Which is what the last bunch were based off of.
Of course, yeah.
So basically, it's really weird because it just feels like. And then when they jumped universes, like the Lost Light is out there somewhere, and like these guys sort of Starscream's ghost is over, and now it's like we're back.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even consider this, but you're right. We've got War for Cybertron siege figures, and then we've just got Earth-based construction vehicles.
Yeah, but to be honest. Would you notice the difference?
No, but that's the joke that we have between us. I actually would have been kind of interested to see like an alien take on an excavator and vehicles like that. They'd still primarily need to have the same things on them, but maybe just tweak them around to look weirder.
Do them as the RID guys in their Devastator colors. Do that.
Make him maybe a bit more alieny. Alieny? Alien. We'll just go with that. Alien.
Alien-esque.
Alien-esque. That's better. That's a smarter word. But I would be against making them into the RID combiner because that was a terrible figure.
But Andy, he spun.
He did, but that was a fucking terrible figure.
He spun.
I had the Devastator colours, which made them more palatable, but man, I hated touching that figure. All 4 of them.
But
Jesus.
He spun.
He did.
Wedge was a bad boy.
Yeah, he was.
He was Wedge.
Wedge off.
What was his name? He was something else in Japanese I always thought was funny. What was it?
It was Build Boy?
Oh, I really hope you're right.
It's something. I'm 90% sure it's something boy. Boy.
Bill Boy. Yes.
I was right.
Boy.
Yeah. Oh man, Prime should have been going boy.
Boy.
Oh. God of War came out too
late. In a way,
late.
God of War ruined that word for me.
It just means like if you ever happen to have a boy child in the future, that's all you'll be saying. You'll be boy.
Boy. I'll start referring to the niece as boy.
That's great. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Come, boy. You know my name. Boy. I'm not a boy. Boy.
You don't understand. This is how your uncle is.
Hand her a knife and tell her to go finish off the kill. You must learn to catch your own meat. That's our dog. You must finish the kill. There's nothing wrong with them. I've just shot them with an arrow.
Oh, God. Now, the last bit of news for Transformers is for TFCon. We have a guest, which is Sarah Petra Durache, the comic artist who's working on Transformers 2019. And you'll know that if you're on Patreon and you listen to the show that we recorded that went up on Sunday.
Yes.
And it will be up for you guys either probably Friday or Saturday. I'll need to check. Let's have a look at the calendar. Probably Friday. Probably Friday, because we kind of left it a bit on the late side. But that's sometimes how it goes. Busy times and whatnot. Yep. Mikey, any thoughts you want to throw down?
Cool.
All right. Yeah.
Sarah's cool. It's good. Again, nice to have some of the current talent. I hope she is exciting and interesting, and I know she is, so that's good. Buy her weird prints. Never her normal stuff. Just buy the weirder stuff she brings. That's always the most fun.
Okay.
Like, Sarah is a weird, fun person.
Okay. I'm sure Mikey means that in a lovely way, of course.
Not even slightly.
Oh my God. Mikey, we're going to head over to the what we did this week and what we did for fun and all that kind of bobbing. So, Mikey, what you done this week? What you done for fun?
I went to a marriage ceremony.
Oh my God.
For the married peoples. Well, they weren't then, but they are now. It would have been awkward if it was the other way around.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, anyone who remembers YouTube back in day might remember Diansis, Silverbolt, the billions of other identities he's had, which is Simon Ski, known at TFN as the Weird One, which is saying something. And yeah, he got married during the week, so I tagged along, and I ended up meeting Matt.
Were you invited?
I mean, kinda.
Sorta.
But I met Matt, and I met Rob, Hot Robimus there, and Mark was there, and I swear there was someone else. Sophie was there. But not a lot of our crowd did make it up, because it was in Ireland, so, it's a bit more of a trek. But it was fun. I got called Ross Geller like 15 times.
Woo! Let the joke never die.
Never dies! I won't kill him because now he's in traveling distance.
What, Ross Geller?
No, well, Simon.
Oh, I thought you meant Ross Geller specifically. I was like, wow, okay.
David Schwimmer, your time has come. It was a role. I said what was on the page.
Still, it's your fault that I must live my life like this.
Give me back my fingernails. No, Ross. I'm going to put them in the dirt and you're going to dig them up.
I wasn't a real paleontologist. I know.
That's why you get the baby hammer. Give him a little squishy one that just can't do anything. Off you go. Off you go, Ross. Yeah, so that was fun. Media-wise, obviously a lot of my time was, work was again kind of nuts. Woo. And obviously I didn't have much of my weekend, but I did manage to get in Rising of the Shield Chicken.
Woo! Ooh. Second last episode?
I'm assuming so. I won't say the plot seemed rushed, but it did seem like somewhere out there there's a version of the story that set up those characters a bit more.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
It was fun, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Real fun.
Leaving a mystery to what's going on.
Yeah. Which is really fucking frustrating when you realize they ain't going to tell you the answer now.
No. It's going to be at least 1 year, if not more. Probably more.
More, knowing my luck.
Yeah.
And it's also just kind of... There's something still very gratifying of this constant thing of, like, the other three of you needed to fucking try.
Yeah.
Because you're suffering from not trying.
Do you remember, like, back earlier on in the series when Naofumi was shit compared to them as well?
Yeah, but now it's like...
Kind of nice to see this too.
How did you cheat? I didn't cheat. I just did things right.
Yeah.
Like, we actually got shit done.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it was fun. Melty's kind of more fun in this one as well, where she just shows up on the boat and says, "Get on with it!" But yeah, so that was good. Anime wise, I have got it ready to watch. I haven't seen it yet. Memory of Snow, which is the ReZero OVA.
Oh right, yeah. You mentioned that to me last week, actually.
Yeah, I got that earlier on today, so I'm going to watch that, and hopefully it will be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But I will not go in with expectations, obviously. I did see Geo today, Geo 40, which was the full introduction of Grand Geo.
All right.
The form that makes no sense within the world you've created.
It looks awful, too. I've said it before, I'll say it again. It looks terrible.
Better in the show.
No, it doesn't. I have seen the images. I've seen it in motion. I've seen videos of him using his final attack ride, basically. And I was
I like the helmet.
I hate the helmet with his little statue in between.
No. When you take the statue off, I like the overall helmet design.
Okay, yeah, I could go with that.
Yeah. It is very distracting and very busy, and like, it's not the same as Mugen.
No.
Muteki, sorry. Muteki is better.
Mm-hmm.
It just is.
It's not as busy.
No, it's not.
Not nearly as busy.
Fabulous locks.
Mm-hmm.
Real good theme song.
Mm.
And it's so nice to have a Final Form theme song that once again is not Kamen Rider Girls.
You need to stop hating on those ladies.
I don't hate them. It's just their songs are all the fucking same.
You make them cry, Mikey. Why would you do that?
They're idols in Japan. They're probably crying anyway. It's an abusive system.
It's true.
It's very well documented that the idol culture in Japan is not kind.
No, it's a very intense system, to say the least.
The episode itself was up and down.
Mm-hmm.
The Deno stuff was not used properly, in my opinion. It felt really like added on elements to it all. Like, you're doing another you're doing the tribute to another time travel show. You have Momotaros, you have Zeronos, you have most of the cast beyond Ryotaro, and they mention him several times, which is a bloody miracle. This was the time, like, you could have had a lot of fun with the whole time travel thing here, which you don't do. But and I will say the human plot in this, like the bad guy of the week thing, is just like kind of trash. But it does set up some big things for the story going forward. Grangio itself as an executed form, I'm kind of 50-50. The transformation is ridiculous, but the actual like theme song of the Grangio, where he's going through all the rider names, the beat for that is quite nice. But the power up noise is feckin' annoying because it's just a bunch of other ones power up noises.
Okay.
And I see what you're going with. Also, my god, am I amazed how little the Grangio Ride Watch does in the toy.
Did not do a lot.
All it does is the power-up noise, the transformation noise, and the final noise. It doesn't do any noises from the rider shows.
But it's so big. How does it not have the chip in there to allow for that?
I don't know, but apparently it is actually quite expensive. So I'm just shocked that that's all it does. It does... When you compare it to stuff like the...
Is it not one of those things that people are like busted into and they've figured out how to hack it?
No, because they've gone through everything. It just does this. You transform, you have your standby noise, and you have your finisher.
Seems almost kind of hard to believe just because of how Kamen Rider toys usually work. Where it's like, oh, well, here's the thing. You just don't know how to get everything
I'm
yet.
genuinely shocked. Like, just look at the Genius Bottle. It's not like we've
Yeah.
moved on from the time. The Genius Bottle does loads of stuff for what it is.
Yeah.
And like Muteki was relatively limited, I suppose. But Muteki also interacted with another toy, which means you got double the fun, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm really surprised by how little it does. The fight scene, I am very iffy on because it is cool how the powers work. And he opened the time portal to very specific point in time where the riders are doing things.
Do you think
which
it's
is
pulling
why-
them out of time and they start screaming, "What's going on?"
Yeah, I'm assuming they don't remember it, or it's like a recording given, but it's I don't think it's necessarily them. But on the other hand, the fight itself is just him standing. He attacks maybe 2 times.
Ooh.
And it's just him doing the special effects of like other writers doing cool stuff. There's also Deno and Climax Form and Zerodos are in the background, and they have a pretty decent Deno style fight.
Right.
Which kind of makes the Zeo stuff look kind of like, okay, you're doing nothing. And then his finisher is rather underwhelming as well.
Right.
I don't know, it just wasn't an action scene. It was a gimmick scene, you know? This was what the toy will do, except the toy doesn't do this. Also, I still, because the narrative structure of the show is at this point just borked, the Grand Show Ride Watch makes no sense in continuity. Like, unless there's something they haven't explained yet, but they've shown the movie form, which is apparently the true Oma form for Sogo. And why isn't he turning into Oma Gio? Why isn't that his final form? Or at least something close to it? Because it makes no sense to me whatsoever that this is... Because even if the character is different, the powers aren't. I don't know. I mean, I know this is all going to end with him probably losing his powers or giving up a lot of his powers so everyone can have their powers back. But, I don't know. Yeah, Gio. Did I watch anything else? Not really. I got a figure art.
Ooh.
Which was the SH Figure Arts Gogeta. From Dragon Ball Super Broly, which I pre-ordered in December when I was quite in a Dragon Ball high.
Oh, wow, okay. I'm surprised. Did you not get a Broly, too?
No, Broly's very expensive.
He's a big, thick boy, of course he is.
Yeah. Now, there is a Vegeta, which for a while I was thinking, will I switch the pre-order to him?
Oh, I've seen him. He's very, dark blue, isn't he? He looks quite nice.
Yeah. He looks really nice, and I regret not switching to him.
Oh, no. Why is that?
The reviews for him seem very positive. Good paint, good joints, and everything else. Gogeta is probably the most disappointing figure art I ever owned.
Explain!
Posability is nothing particularly surprising or good.
Right.
Is
it standard, at least?
I can't talk for that because I can't tell you what's standard for a Dragon Ball.
Okay.
That's the thing. Comparing this to the Rider figure arts, overall it just feels like a cheaper figure, but it certainly is not.
Okay.
The legs are limited, but that could be sculpted. I like the hip design. But what really got me is some of the paintwork, which is remarkably poor.
Oh, wow.
Particularly on the also, I really, really do not get why he doesn't come with Super Saiyan hair. He comes with blue and base, but not Super Saiyan, which is the form Gogeta is most famous for. The demoniacal guys who do add-on for figure arts and stuff like that, they are doing a set with a new set of base form heads and Super Saiyan heads.
Right, I didn't even know there was a third-party figure art
there are third-party Chase, Ginyu, and Trooper A figures. There's even third-party Goku figures.
I have seen the third-party Ginyu figure, and he'll actually look pretty neat.
It's all from the same company.
All right, okay.
Yeah, so they most of their stuff is like add-ons to turn characters. Like you can turn Super Saiyan Goku into Ultra Instinct Goku, stuff like that, you know.
Right.
The painting on the base head is really... I've got a lot of paint splotches. And what seems to be like the blue head is the base head and then they painted over it. Except they painted over it quite badly, so there's a lot of blue exposed in the back.
Ooh.
I am kind of surprised. I've never encountered a figure out of... honestly, that kind of low production quality.
Right.
And the fact the figure doesn't wow me either. I rarely have true regret purchases, right? Very rare for me. I regret not swapping the pre-order to Vegeta. I think I would have liked that. It's my favorite character from the franchise. Do you know what I really regret? Because I do like Gogeta in that movie quite a bit. I should have just gotten this Figure Rise Standard. I still can. But I really do like building those things. It's a good few hours in it. It comes with as much stuff. It's cheaper. I think you get more for your bucks from everything I've seen. There's a few aesthetic things, but that's just aesthetics. And you can very easily get a Vegeta Blue to go with him. So I am honestly kind of let down by him, which is a shame because it's figure arts and they do have a high standard they're supposed to hit. Apart from that, it was mostly gaming. Finished Titanfall 2. Tried going on a few online matches. Could not find a single person to match up with.
No, I mean it's quite an old game at this point. So
and it was it's an old game which had relatively little uptake, sadly. Honestly, for a campaign mode for a shooter, it's pretty decent. Gameplay's solid, gunplay's solid. Mech stuff is quite fun. The boss battles are kind of weird because they're not really skill-based, they're more just sort of luck-based. The overall narrative is nothing special. A lot of people say it's, oh my god, it's so good. I'm just like, it's so good relative to Call of Duty. But like, the character work isn't great. People really love BT the mech, and I'm just like, BT is kind of like Loaderbot from Borderlands with none of the sass.
Wow.
Which is
It's been a long time since I've heard a Borderlands reference, especially of Loaderbot.
One Borderlands that I care about, Andy. Only one. I had an opportunity to get like, oh, you can for your PlayStation Plus, you can get this for free, and I was just like, I don't want it.
Nah,
I don't want the Borderlands collection.
no.
I'm not a fan of the games. I got Sonic Mania instead.
Woo.
Which is real fun. But yeah. So Titanfall, I will be giving it back. Probably, I'll be completely honest. Probably to swap it for Gal Guns. But
No, really.
yes. I saw it for $5. Why not?
Oh wow, that is cheap. Holy crap.
Yeah. There's I'd also like they had visual novel where everyone dies, and I'm just like, that could be fun.
That could be any visual novel.
Oh, look at this happy, lovely story, and they're dead.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I played a bit more Devil May Cry. Dante is insane. Oh my god, it doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Why? What? Why? He is overwhelming, and I am getting rubbish ranks with him because I'm spending a lot of time trying to figure out how to play as him. Because, will I do this? Will I swap to this? How do I get the timing right? So I swap to this at the right time, and you just get your arse handed to you. Because you're so busy going like, what's the best way of doing this? But it's real fun. It's real fun. That's a real good game. And the other game I got into, I've played a few hours of now, is Neir Automata, which I have been very curious because I'm a big fan of the Drakengard universe. Drakengard 3 is one of those unsung gems in my opinion of the PlayStation 3.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Neir Automata very clearly, for anyone who doesn't know, Neir Automata is a sequel to a spin-off of Drakengard, because Drakengard has timey-wimey nonsense. So this is set in sort of a more techno version of the world that came out of Drakengard 3. It's not a direct sequel from what I understand. It's because I haven't played the first one. It's an indirect sequel, so there's probably references in there, but it's like...
I cannot say yes or no to that.
Yeah. I can't comment because I haven't played that much. But yeah, base gameplay, surprisingly complicated. Simple, but complicated.
There are some moves that they don't tell you about that you can do as well, which is a bit annoying.
I do spend time experimenting, but that's something I like. I like that about those kind of games. It's just like, and now it's for you to learn. This game is kind of like, it's the 1990s. Do it yourself. That's the attitude of this game.
Yes.
Do you have a walkthrough? No? Then deal with it. You've got your resources game FAQs. Remember that?
Oh, back in day.
Yeah,
Aye.
back in day. So I overall find the gameplay really fun. It's very, very similar to Drakengard 3 in how its combos and stuff are laid out. But with like shooter bits and everything else, which is really neat. And how the shooter works, because you can absolutely go ham on melee and be shooting constantly at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's also a rail shooter. It's also a mech game. It plays fast and loose with camera angles and everything else. And it suddenly becomes side-scrolling. I really am enjoying it so far. I've just hit the first save point, which is well into the game. By the way, this game is punishingly like unforgiving if you just picked it up.
Yeah.
Like it is. I compared it to playing Final Fantasy VII when you have no idea what Final Fantasy is, because you can lose about an hour to an hour and a half progress in Final Fantasy VII if you're not careful. And that without any chance of saving, depending on how good or how quickly you make it through the game.
Mm-hmm. It's true. Yeah.
So which is like when you think back on it, like we accepted that then. Nowadays it's just like, oh no. But this game literally has a moment. So just there is no autosave at all. The world seems interesting. So far, I've only seen a tiny portion of it. And the story, so far, I've got the setup for what's going on at the moment. But, so I've heard, and I've religiously avoided spoilers for Neir Automata for years. I've heard that there's a bit of an existential crisis element to all this.
Oh my, yes.
And I'm about an hour and a half in, and there was just this very quick moment where you see how main character 2B, how her and 9S, how they work, for want of a better term. What they are, and how that affects how the gameplay especially will play out. And you just have this very quick moment of 2B, who up until now has been she's been the sort of classic, I don't do the whole feelings thing. And then you just see this very quick moment of the hand forming a fist, and I'm just like, oh, I'm curious now.
Yes.
And I am expecting horror and pain and suffering, because it's the guys in my Drakengard, and nothing happens in those games that is never... Like, the happiest ending in that is the most bittersweet.
Be prepared for a much longer slog through playthrough 2, as it does retread a lot. But you play as 9S, so you have a much more boring game, unless you really like the bullet hell stuff, and that gets really tedious fast. So be prepared just to deal with the slog, because it takes a while before you get to new content in that story in the second playthrough.
It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued. I want to see what's going on. I want to see what this world is building to. I have theories, and I think a game where I have theories after an hour and a half is doing something right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's my week. That's my week, really. What about you, Andy?
Not a lot, unsurprisingly. I finished off rewatching Code Geass for my bedtime watchings. I watched episode 23.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like it's going to be over pretty much next episode or something. Maybe two more.
We keep saying that about the chicken.
We do, but this doesn't feel like it has enough content to keep going. It felt like I've said this for past few weeks now. It felt like it's been dragging its feet quite a bit, and it's absolutely lost its pacing. And it does feel like now it's going to close up pretty soon. And I can't say I'm going to be super sad to put it down. I wouldn't say it's bad. It's just one of those animes that if someone said, "Do you want to watch it?" Oh, sorry, should I watch it? I'd be more like, I mean, do you have anything else to watch? Because if you don't have anything else to watch, yeah, okay. Yeah. But it kind of dropped in my interest level very quickly. I think
it had a real strong start.
It did. It does have a very good start, and then it just kind of meanders in its center. And that might, like, as we've said before, be due to how old it is, and that might just be how it played out. But they should have taken more liberties. This could have been done as, like, maybe 2 movies, and it would have been fine. I don't think you would have lost a huge amount. I also... since I've finished those, and I've watched, obviously, Giant Chicken as well, which is great, I picked up Mob Psycho 100 Season 2 for something to watch at night.
I literally forgot that existed.
Yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of Mob Psycho 100. A lot of people loved it, and I was very much like, yeah, this is okay.
What Mob Psycho is like, One Punch Man for me is like, it's got nice visuals.
Sometimes it's deliberate when it's deliberate when it's not got nice visuals though. It's never like they have bad animation because they're shit. It's like they've made the choice to make it bad for whatever reason, for the artistic reason to reflect the manga at the time. Which have you seen the original art for the webcomics that guy did?
Yeah, it ain't exactly blowing your mind, is it?
No, but you have to respect that man because he managed to make something very profitable and amazing from it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's that. And Mob Psycho 100, I'm like season 2, I'm in 4 episodes, and I'm like, yeah, I'm still going to watch it through and probably think it was a fine watch, but I'm still not blown away by it. I still don't think it's amazing. I'm just watching it going, yeah, this is fun enough. It's an okay one, but then again, I'm sure a lot of people out there who really do like Mob Psycho will like it, again, a lot more than I do. I happily learned this week that you said there wasn't any animes coming out for you this season, Mikey. I found out there was an anime coming out for me this season.
Oh.
Which is Lord Case Files 2.
Lord L Case Files.
Lord El Malloy 2. El Malloy, the second Case Files, which is the spin-off series from the Fates stuff, technically.
Oh, right.
It's in the same world and universe, but it doesn't have anything to do with the Holy Grail War, so won't have any servants, but has a character from Fate Zero who continued on into adult life, and how he works within the Clock Tower, which is the mage association. And I talked about episode 00 a few weeks ago, and it seems like the season is finally actually going to be starting either this week or next week, I think it is. So I was pretty pumped because I was like, yay, I get more from that Fate universe kind of stuff and more from Ufotable, because I think it's them doing it. So I'm quite happy with that, and we'll probably look forward to seeing that as it comes out. The only other thing I did, or rather got of note, was finally my almost shame purchase came in, because it got cheaper and cheaper on Mandarake after I bought it, because of course it did. And then, Mikey, it got announced for a re-release.
Cool.
So I was like, wow, someone decided to bend me over a barrel and fuck me in the ass, didn't they? Jesus. Because, I mean, what are the odds that the thing I bought gets cheaper and cheaper to then only a few weeks after I bought it, Figma like, oh yeah, we're actually going to re-release this figure. Well, FYI.
Yeah, your life's bitch.
Because FYI, there's absolutely no way you can predict when Figma are going to re-release a figure. I don't know about you. I've never been able to tell what justifies a second release for them.
No, I have no idea.
No, it's bizarre. So it was Gilgamesh from the Fate series. And the thing with Gilgamesh is I don't think he is having anything special done with him anytime soon. Like, there's no like movie around him coming out. The closest thing is the Fate Grand Order Demonic Fort Babylon movie coming out, and that's Mage Gilgamesh rather than the Archer version. But he's very expensive. He was very expensive, but I do like Gilgamesh. He's a very unique design based on the first hero of mankind, Babylonian Gilgamesh. He also comes with
Gilgamesh, a king.
Was that you doing the story? Or was that you?
Yeah, that was me.
There's a bit more to the story than that.
I was Picarding.
You were what?
Picarding.
Oh, okay.
The fact you didn't just you're damak enchilada back with my ass.
My bad.
Yeah. You apologize to Jason.
He doesn't deserve it. The figure also comes with an entirely different torso as well, so you can have him armored up, or you can take off his torso and replace it with an unarmored form that also has a new, flop down hairpiece, because he usually has the pushback hair, but the new body also has the hair as it's flopped down. So you can give him an entirely different look, which is quite neat. So obviously he comes with hands that have armor on them, and then flesh hands for the other torso. He also comes with folded hands, so you can have him positioned with his hands folded, but they're only in armored form rather than flesh form. He comes with his sword Enma Elsh, or Aya, I should say, and he also comes with the chains Enkidu, which is quite neat and very lore appropriate for him. So yeah, I'm happy that I have him. Obviously a little bit annoyed at the circumstances after the fact of getting him, but I just kind of need to look ahead and just be like, okay, I just need to be happy that I have the figure rather than be annoyed at the fact that the universe decided to fuck me in the ass later on. My only real issue is I don't think they fully captured the face of Gilgamesh for his brushed back hair look.
Yeah.
There's something a little bit off about it. His face isn't quite as angular as maybe it should be, but the floppy down head version is a lot more accurate to how he looks every now and again. So it's kind of 6 2/3. It's still a fairly good release, and it's very impressive just because he's so gold. So yeah, happy and sad all at the same time. But Figma do good stuff anyway, so it's hard to really complain about its quality. Or they do good stuff now. Their stuff beforehand was a little bit more on the ropey side. I think that's it, Mr. Mikey. I can't think of anything else that's really happened that's been of interest. Oh, I finished off completely 100% today of Lego Lord of the Rings. Because I got that free on Humble Bundle a long time ago at this point, and I needed something to play until the Steam sale came along.
Yes. It's pronounced Humble Bundle.
Yeah. Lego Lord of the Rings in 2019 is very, very janky. Very, very janky. Like, the platforming for the open world is janky as shit. There is a game-breaking bug, which you have to then find a workaway around to get past it, and then go back through the story once you've completed the game, and then complete 2 of those levels that you couldn't do beforehand. Because for some reason, once you complete the game, the glitch goes away.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's really dumb. And also when you compare it to like the Marvel Superheroes one that they did, the newer ones, where more of the characters have more unique abilities, going back to a simpler palette, I guess, where less characters can do less interesting, unique things, because obviously each Lego game has built, pardon the term, pun, on top of each other. So going back feels like you've lost a lot of features that were in the other Lego games. But it was for free, so what can you do? Not going to complain too much, but I was very glad that it was over. Haha. So, Mr. Mikey, we do have some questions and whatnot, at least on my end, for this week.
I have none.
So we have a new Patreon who's joined us this week, Mr. Mikey. It is General Techno. So thank you, General Techno, for joining us for doing the whole $2 each month kind of thing. Very much appreciated. So let's go off first. A feedback thing left to us via Libsyn, apparently, which I didn't even know you could do.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing.
Neither did I, but it says notifications, and it says notifications at Libsyn.com. So apparently you can. So that's neat. Hey guys, just wanted to say I really enjoyed the show. You two are great. You two are great podcasting hosts. I would say that's very debatable.
You have low standards, sir. I will, madam.
We appreciate that low standard, though.
Where's my drama?
Very funny, and that's about it for feedback. Also, if Mikey wants any PS4 game recommendations, I recommend Persona 5. I
may have noticed there was a sale on PlayStation Plus yesterday, and that's over on Wednesday, and I may sort of be staring at my cart saying, I need more money.
I was thinking when I saw this pop up in my emails earlier this week, I was like, you do not need to worry. That Mikey has that. Mikey has that covered. Mikey has that as that's been something you've been wanting for since it came out, pretty much, or once. I got announced.
The PlayStation 3 version the day my PlayStation 3 broke.
Oh, so it's sitting there mocking you.
Yeah, no, it's gone now because it has paid for free games. It was
mocking you then.
Yeah, but now it's just like, I'm going now. I'm giving away.
Apparently, the email continues. The message continues. It's $20. The US and game. It's $20. The US and gameplay is pretty fun. Brief warning, though, it's heavy time sink. Both me and Mikey have played Persona games before.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, they're fun time sinks, but they eat your time.
Oh yeah, it's like I think I'm trying to imagine how many hours did I put into 4?
Ooh, a lot. Between like grinding levels and making sure everybody was happy.
By God, getting the right girl. I don't remember who it was in. I think it was Resave for me.
Really? Oh, for me it was Naoto.
Well, look, Naoto's not mine. By the time I came into Persona 4, Naoto wasn't for me.
Okay.
Naoto has another love.
No, Kanji's got to go and Kanji's got to leave. Kanji's got to go off the bus.
No, Kanji is driving the bus. Kanji is the only reliable one in that fucking group.
He can go back home and knit. That's what Kanji can do.
But,
in my mind, my player character would put my hand on his shoulder and say, "You done, son?"
You know what? That actually
got
works
this.
in continuity as well.
Yeah.
That's a very Narukami thing to say.
I got this. Ah, senpai, I got this. Oh, okay. I play games at a average pace, and the game was still teaching me game mechanics 4 hours in, so not nearly as long as whatever that Final Fantasy game was with Lightning.
13 and...
Because that was like 6 to 8 hours of like teaching you game mechanics, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Missing the point to the Final Fantasy.
Yeah. That's about it. Sorry if this format is a bit weird. It's not. It's
No,
perfectly
feel free.
fine. Yeah.
And thank you for the advice, by the way. Like I said, it was up there on my list of things, but I think it's good that people say, like, you should really buy this game you want to buy.
Oh, yeah, totally. First time sending in fan feedback. P.S. Thanks for recommending Gridman. I really enjoyed that show. You don't thank us. Thank the people that made it. They did the good work. Yeah. Thank Trigger. I mean, I'm always happy to hear that somebody enjoyed Gridman because that was a damn good show.
That was a show that any other year, like, that show is to me a game changer in many ways. And of adaptation, of what you can do with villains, of what you can do with seemingly simple protagonists.
Yep.
Visuals, like what you can do with CGI visuals, which you and I could be quite critical of.
Oh yeah,
like,
we can be assholes.
That is a show that said, like, we are what you can do with something when someone just loves referencing things. Like, that show is seminal to me, and I will love it until the day I somehow have a mental disorder and stop loving it. Robots.
I was actually watching one of the Jobby the Hong's unboxing videos, his fail boxes, and one of the letters actually mentioned Gridman's ending, and they weren't too amazed by the ending.
I might be wrong.
And Jobby, they were asking Jobby's opinion on it, and he said he really enjoyed it as well, just because it kind of built towards something great. I think the assumption is maybe they didn't know anything about there being a previous Gridman show.
So you say that, but I don't believe if someone told me that Jobby Hong has no idea that Gridman existed before then.
No, the person in the emailing Jobby the Hong mentioned that.
Oh, okay.
Jobby the Hong knew about that. Please. That boy knows. That boy's a good boy.
Yeah, that's such a good ending. That plays into it was like I said, it was like it's a sequel ending. That broke my brain.
Did you watch the music video, or at least the clips from the music video?
I did. Oh god, I want to see the whole thing.
Yeah, I think I did see the whole thing, and it doesn't add a huge amount more than that.
But
it was nice though. It was nice.
And like, I don't know, man. I really want a sequel series to that. I really, really, really want a sequel. They're doing some crossover nonsense for like one-off OVAs, but that's not. No, I don't. That's fine. But
see, I'm in that boat of I kind of do and don't want them to do another series to it, because I'd be worried about them like not doing a good job or messing it up. But it is Trigger, so
like they did such a good job.
Yeah, and I guess the problem with going back to doing a Gridman show is it's like going. It's whenever you see a sequel to a movie, it's not. It's most of the time not as good as the original movie. Yeah, and that could be a thing.
Yeah, I will accept an anti miniseries.
No, yeah. I'd be. I mean, anything Trigger does, I'm more than willing to give time to.
Even when it doesn't work, you can see the artistry to it.
Yeah. Even if they drop out halfway through a series and then it just takes.
Even if they literally leave and take all the good stuff with them, therefore leaving someone else to poison their creation. But, which is still better than the show everyone says is better than that.
True. That question was from Eduardo, I think is how you pronounce the name.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I apologize if I didn't pronounce your name correctly, but I think I did. So yeah, thank you very much for your feedback.
Thank you for the feedback. Thank you for using a different method. It was I didn't even know that was possible. So
neither did I. Yeah, it was interesting. We also have a message from, I was just making sure I had the right one, from Tentomon number 4. Tentomon 4. So
hang on, I'm just getting it out of the way. I'm not talking about anything that involves what kind of animal I'm having sex with today. I've got a cold.
Okay. Doesn't mean it's not in the book, though, for the future. I noticed he didn't state that. It's just not today specifically.
So
as you know,
we love you. We love you, dude.
So as you know, the winner of the biggest TFTCG tournament gets to make a character card. Out of curiosity, what
I didn't know that, actually.
I didn't know that either. It's quite neat, though. What characters would you pick? So,
Knockout.
Mikey, if you could have a character card in the Transformers TCG, who would you pick?
Knockout.
Oh, you mean the
More Knockout.
Micromaster?
No, shut up. Knockout must be in more things. I don't care how or what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Knockout. His special ability can be buff +1. They can do a play on word that's just like buff your character with this. And
he wouldn't. He wouldn't buff himself. He'd buff everybody else on your team.
Yeah, no. His special ability is called Beautify.
I like that. That could be fun. Yeah, I like the idea of that. I would like Skyquake. And what was the... What?
His special ability is that after he dies, everyone else gets a boost.
What was the gimmick the toy had? You know, where you look through the thing on his back?
The scope things, like...
Yeah.
And there was a little picture if you press the button or something, wasn't
That's
it?
right. Yeah, I can't. Yeah. I have the toy, but I can't remember exactly what the gimmick was called.
So many of those back in the 90s.
I would have the gimmick related to that somehow. I think that could be quite neat. And also it'd be nice to have more Skyquake love. Or any of the Predators. I am a broken record on this subject, but I am happy to keep skipping the beat and hitting it again and again until people show them some goddamn love.
We could get them to Megatronia.
Ooh, that'd be neat. Yeah,
Empress.
fitting with Combiner Wars.
Get Mega Empress in there and she's an official character.
I would have one mega thing that would have to happen, and there'd be no other way that it would happen otherwise. I'll buy Sakamoto for the cards, otherwise no. Every card would have to... it wouldn't fit in with the rest of the art design. Nope, don't care. The Megatronia and all of the robots that make it would have to have the Sakamoto artwork for the cards.
Yep.
I'm just underlining that. Like,
Hypno
if Hasbro
powers.
says, well, what about this? I'd be like, Sakamoto doing it? No. Fuck you. I'm not doing it.
It starts throwing stuff at people from Wizard of the Coast.
I'd also, for a battle card, have a Chip Chase one called, what was it? No one's disabled if they have courage. I don't know what it would do, but I'd like to have that. Because it's a good message. It's slightly cheesy.
I mean, it's a good message.
It's a good message. It is very cheesy. It's a nice nod back to G1. It's a nod to Spite, to Chip as well. I think it'd be fun. I don't know what the card would do.
Probably enrage at least one person.
Probably. Is it no? It could give bravery. Bravery's a gimmick for the card game, isn't it?
Yes, I think so.
So it could give him courage and give him bravery. There we go. Give a character who doesn't have bravery. Double bravery. There you go. And Mikey, does this YT-friendly bootleg version make you more or less likely to watch JoJo? Do you want me to send you the link? I probably should, really.
I can tell you the answer, but sure.
Rodorora, Mikey. There's that scene as well where the guy licks a cherry a lot.
Is it Kill la Kill?
It's not Kill la Kill.
Then you can't make me watch it.
See, I've been tempted to try JoJo just because it's so
an ep or two, and I'm just like, this is a show whose memes have far exceeded the show.
Okay, how shonen is it?
It is the shonen in many ways. Like, it takes advantage of... Like, I'm not saying it's badly written or anything like that, but it is very much... It pushes boundaries, but only within that box.
Okay, because I'm not a big fan of how shonens are generally written.
No, I mean, the story... I know there's multiple stories. Like, JoJo series end with different protagonists and stuff like that.
Yes, yeah.
But what... Yeah, this isn't making me want to watch this. But... From everything I've seen, it feels like someone got it had this real aesthetic. It had this very prominent LGBTQ sub theme, and those are what make it popular. Whenever I see people praise this, I never see people say, well, apart from Dio, that this is an amazing character.
Kind of
Like
true.
maybe they are, and I just didn't see the right episodes.
Mm-hmm.
But what I saw of the characters and Dio was, I've seen this a billion times before.
Mm.
It's just now he's walking with this bizarre stride. And that's fine. If you love it, people love the show. My opinion of it does not matter any more than my opinion of Evangelion matters. Like, I don't hate JoJo, which is good.
Yeah, that is something. You might not like it, but it doesn't cause you pain to see it.
It just has no appeal to me. And I don't know, like, I found out during the weekend we have a very interesting name suggesting we are possibly a wee bit uppity in our anime opinions at times.
Well, me and you.
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard this before from some people as well.
From multiple people, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
But I like what I like, and I don't like what I don't like. And
same.
Two things I hate is when I feel a show could be pushing boundaries and it's not. Like, I feel JoJo could really go completely nuts. And it's, from what I've seen, it's only nuts if you're being very focused on the kind of stuff that is in shonen. Because it brings in stuff from other genres, I will say that.
Yeah.
Or stuff that wastes their potential. Which is my huge... Well, apart from everything else, is my hugest problem with Evangelion. Because I see huge potential in 99% of those ideas that are just wasted, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But, yeah, JoJo. I'm afraid JoJo is not on my radar.
See, I'm afraid the problem with me in terms of anime is I've gone to fine dining beef burger joints, and now sometimes people say, hey, maybe you should just go to McDonald's instead. Why can't you enjoy a McDonald's burger? And I'm like, because it's shit compared to this lovely 50-pound beef burger. Holy crap, it's like it's oozing the soul of the animal into my mouth, and it's delicious.
Yeah.
And that's what Gridman is versus Naruto. Boom!
Or most mech shows, to be honest.
Yeah.
Not all mech shows. There are many good mech shows.
There are many bad mech shows as well, though, to be fair.
Oh, yeah.
Of Sidonia.
Oh, it's so horrible. But, like, and also, like, did you, like, this is a slight tangent.
Mm.
Me a tangent. Did you see that apparently some big anime YouTuber, he got some sponsored stuff from, I think, Netflix?
Okay.
Like an art book and stuff like that. So he did a video which included something where he said,
what was the art book for?
Evangelion.
Alright, continue.
It is a pretty show.
Continue.
It's a very pretty show.
It is. It's its best element, I
It's
find.
a gorgeous show, in fact.
Yeah.
But, and I love the intro.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be said. And he made a statement that, like, Evangelion changed anime, and what was it?
Wasn't it something like it was mecha shows were childish beforehand?
No, anime.
Anime. Wow. Okay.
And this guy is a professional anime reviewer.
Ooh, this is not maybe the best statement to make. It definitely changed the industry. I would agree with that.
I'm not going to say the guys. It changes the industry. I also like one person's response was Evangelion deconstructed the mecha genre. Gao reconstructed it.
Oh, it did, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's some good fucking shit.
Yeah. Genesis Gao. It's much better.
Mm-hmm.
It's Twitter. Find something on Twitter.
Yeah.
I can't be arsed. But yeah, basically that. Which is a really bizarre statement to make, in my opinion. And people say, especially what gets me sometimes, people say, like, Cowboy Bebop would not exist without Evangelion. And when you think about the production time of TV shows and everything else, it's very, 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 very likely that Cowboy Bebop was at the very least in the post-scripting stage by the time Evangelion aired, if not in already animation stage. And this was not when we had easy computer animation. When they did not have the freedom to just completely redesign the show.
Do you hear that, people of today who make shows? You've got it easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Though I technically they do, because I don't think, I mean, in terms of pure animation glory, I don't think we've had a movie as pretty or animation production as pretty as Akira.
Yes, Akira is.
I don't
insane.
I don't think the movie is that good because it is
No.
clearly a hacked to pieces piece of fiction.
Yes, and unfortunately, by the time I thought it's a piece of fiction, I think was rather overplayed.
Agreed. But its animation holds up amazingly well. It's
Yeah,
so pretty.
And I would have hated to be the animator there, lying there with
God.
my bloody stump of a hand at the end of it.
I imagine animators were just like thrown out just into like the garbage pile when their souls were gone.
Yeah.
Because the amount of work and blood and sweat that went into Akira, God,
Can you imagine if someone, like, they did a trailer for Akira and someone said, "Oh, I don't like the design, change it."
Oh,
And
God.
we're releasing in how many months? 8 months? Oh, yeah! Yeah, I can do that! It's great!
Wouldn't it be funny if the animators that did Akira were the ones that did minus in Carnage in C minor? And it's like, why was it like that? It's because, they were working on Akira as well. All right, fair enough.
Okay,
enough,
yeah. Makes a lot more sense now. But, because, to be blunt, there's so many very good 90s animes and very good 80s animes that are so ridiculously mature.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to talk dark mecha shows, like, I've only seen part of it, but, Ideon, which was a very early 80s one, which, I see part of it, I've only seen clips, and one of the clips was the ending, and that's not happy.
Yeah.
That's a bad, sad ending.
I want to believe the YouTuber in question just made an honest mistake rather than actually. I don't want to say actually meant it because
one thing you can say, like, it's impactful in Japan. It's more impactful in many ways here because the animes at the time that we were seeing were largely, and the ones that were getting public attention and made anime normalized and something that you could go out and watch, were the very young children adaptations that were being butchered by stuff like 4Kids or whatever dubbing company had decided to redo everything but Samurai Pizza Cats, which was the one good thing to come out of that era.
Yeah, or schlocky stuff as well, I suppose, at that point. Schlocky bloodfests that had no substance to them. Yeah,
and, if you said you were watching one of those, no one goes, "Oh, well done." But, like, when people thought anime, they thought Pokemon, they thought... I don't know. I know the timing's all off of this, but Flint the Time Detective, or Speed Racer, obvious one, or Voltron, the ones that were like really edited down. Like, oh look, they're bleeding mud.
Yeah, but Battle of the Planets as well, I suppose.
Yeah, like at least I think that was a little bit less edited.
It was less, but it was still pretty butchered, I think, from what I recall.
So when Evangelion came out, you had this thing where there were no holds barred on. I mean, also like injecting explicit gay subtext into an animation in the mid-90s. That was brave.
Yeah, definitely.
And it shocked people because for most people couldn't fathom a piece of animation that could do this, that it could genuinely disturb you, unnerve you, deal with psychological issues, deal with trauma, deal with, hey, kids, incest, child abuse, the horrors of war.
Yeah.
Hey, a show without a happy ending.
Yep.
And it was all animated. It was all cartoon. It's that thing people mock. So Evangelion, very much in the West, did change the face of anime and what kind of stuff was getting popularly adapted. Like, you could make an argument that the big manga companies and anime companies that came out in the early 2000s would never have been able to get the traction to become as successful as they did if it wasn't for Evangelion. And I think that's fair. I don't
Akira as well.
Yeah. But even then,
I know what you're saying, yeah.
Akira didn't have the mass appeal. Akira was the art piece.
Yeah, no, that's true. Oddly enough.
Evangelion was the one that you watched on TV.
Yeah. No, that's true, because Evangelion was the show rather than the movie, I guess. Yeah, that's true. Not
just that, Evangelion aired globally from what everyone... I've talked to various people about this. Because people didn't really get anime then, the scheduling for Evangelion was nuts. So it was on at a time when lots of people of lots of different ages were just sitting at home watching TV. So young people, old people, everything in between, and they're just like... a lot of people were exposed to it who never would have seen it. And, like, parents let their children watch it because it was a cartoon. And probably regretted that after.
Yeah, I was oh dear.
But, so it is, I will never deny the historical place of that series.
No, of course not.
It is seminal. It is it is one of the key points in the narrative of animation, and not just anime, but animation.
Mm-hmm.
I also think that there is a big difference between being a piece of iconography and being a good show.
Sure, yeah. I think that's fair.
That is where we run into problems, because where we see it, we do... Because people have been insulted by how we treat them. They think we're diminishing the show and its achievements. And I'm diminishing the show based on its narrative structure, its character writing, its story development, its use of its potential, and all the things I care about in a TV show.
Mm-hmm.
I am not diminishing it in terms of its iconography, its art, its... Like, the fact I make fun of the creator for this sometimes, but the fact it is basically his attempt at sort of self-medication of his severe depression.
Yeah.
And now what that says about his head at the time is a different thing altogether. But yeah, so I do want to make, we will like complain about it again at some point in the future, but like we do recognize it for what it is.
Sure, yeah. I think so anyway.
Yeah.
The question finishes off, believe it or not, it did continue. But I have a feeling that ship sailed long ago related to the JoJo stuff. Just wanted to share some silly videos. Don't burn up. Is that a threat?
See, I'm thinking Evangelion. I'm just thinking like before Evangelion, Nadesco was on.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just going, you get the burning. That song has been stuck in my head for 20 years.
I wish I could say I'm sorry, but I've never seen it, so I'm good.
That is. I love Nadeshko. I still love Nadeshko.
Okay,
it's so fun.
Yeah.
It's doofy and dumb, and still because it's anime. Oh, the body count.
The last thing I want to throw in is Simon Lech put a comment on our From the Files to Teletran 2 thing. I thought I may as well read it out, because why not? Agreed on the yellow-eyed sound wave. Never looks right, because we complained about that, because neither me nor Mikey thinks it's a wise choice. But I get why it's done, but I don't like it. Thrust and Skids are the only ones come to mind who ever made Yellow Eyes work. Oh, yeah, no, that's right, yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to think.
No, did Dirge have Yellow Eyes, or did Dirge have...
No, Dirge is red, I think.
Or did Dirge sometimes have red eyes and sometimes have yellow eyes? Because he did have red eyes, but I think he had yellow eyes sometimes.
I don't know. I'm thinking on it, and all I'm thinking is Dirge.
I don't know, man. Red. I could easily be wrong there, because,
The Skids makes it work.
G1 cartoon. Mistakes were made frequently. Frequently there were mistakes made. I think that's it for the questions, Mr. Mikey. And you didn't have any yourself, you said?
Nope.
Where can people find you on the internet then, Mr. Mikey?
You can find me on Twitter as Irish Paleo, and YouTube as EvilV3. If you would like to leave us feedback, you now have more avenues than I ever thought you would.
Apparently,
yeah. We've got our email, themoonbase2@gmail.com. You've got our Twitter. You've got our Facebook. You've got our Patreon if you're subscribed. Thank you again, General Techno. You've got our Libsyn, which, again, slightly shocking.
Yeah, I think that's the Libsyn page where you can go and download the podcast from anyway. But again, I didn't know that you could do that, so neat.
Themoonbase2.libsyn.com.
Yep.
And if there's any other ones out there, feel free to let us know, because, I don't know, like, it's just, it didn't occur to me we might have avenues we hadn't considered.
No.
Yeah, and, keep in touch, guys. And also, Table Art has been funded.
Yeah.
So it went up to 11 grand on a 9 grand Kickstarter. So I am really happy about that. I know it's a very silly thing to say, but we may have helped a small part to make someone's dream come true, and I think that's nice.
Cool. Hopefully.
Yeah. And yeah, keep an eye out, because presumably he'll start putting some stuff up about the digital options soon enough. But yeah, hope he continues to have success.
Yeah, same. Definitely. Yeah. Good luck to people in the Vinches.
Indeed. What about you, Andy?
You can find me on Twitter as CCTFW. That's probably the best place to chat with me if you have that horrible desire to. I'm not a good person. Mikey says that frequently to me.
Yeah, he's a monster.
You can also find me on YouTube as Cobra Commander TFW. You can find this podcast on the Moonbase 2 forums. We're on Twitter, iTunes, Facebook, Libsyn, YouTube as Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast. And you can head it over to patreon.com/Moonbase2 and do $2 each month for the extended version of From the Files of Teletran 2, where this month, because the podcast is out now, we talk about Fear Agent Volume 4 Hatchet Job. I think. Is it Hatchet Job? It's Hatchet something.
I believe it is Hatchet Job.
That would probably make the most sense. Is it behind my chair? It is, but it's under a pile of boxes, so I'm not going to check now. That's too much work. And you can also get the Moonbase Woo Woo, where we talk about stuff in greater detail than here, believe it or not, on non-Transformer things. So, with tomorrow being Tuesday, the Steam sale should be up, so there's definitely a few things on my list of desires for future purchases. I want to pick up my very first Tales game. Have you heard of the Tales series, Mikey?
See, I'm going to that weird once-off Sega game where you could play as Tails.
No, what's wrong with you? No, you need to
stop.
Game. His name is Miles. Mikey. His name is Miles per hour. Do you get it? Do you get it? It's speed!
I'm not. What? What? No,
what? Tales of Vesperia.
Mind blown.
Tales of Vesperia is the one I'm going to be picking up. And there's Vesperia. There's lots of Tales games. It's a big thing, but that's on my list of things to get. And Bloodstained. Because a load of people are talking about how fucking good Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is. And I never played Symphony of the Night, so this will be a good experience for me. So until next week, everybody, thank you for listening to our poopin', and we will catch you next time.
Yay.
Yarp.